Namaskar. So, very warm welcome all mothers. So, since we are discussing about various topics in these sessions, today I will like to discuss about a feeling of loneliness and why do we feel lonely. Though as a mother we don't have a privilege to or we are not allowed to feel lonely because 24/7 we have our children with us, and their responsibility is wholly occupied in our mind. So though we are physically lonely sometimes, but we are always in mind occupied by our thoughts of our children. But still there are times in our life when we literally feel lonely, and a feeling of less valued, or a feeling of being nobody with us, like nobody of our age group, or we may have friends, many friends, to nowadays virtual friends, but still we lack the touch of love. Because I personally used to feel the same in last 6 months. For 1 to 2 months, I guess, I used to discuss with my husband about the same, that I am feeling lonely, I am feeling like I am approaching many persons, but in return I am not getting the same enthusiasm or same interest to meet me or like that. But slowly, when I get a company of books, I started reading books. I started feeling good, and automatically persons start approaching me. So these are the ways, these are the views of ours, these are the perspectives of ours which change as per time. So even Sadhguru says there are no problems in actual world, because many of things which are not going in our way, we think them as problems. So it's totally true, because many times many things don't go our way, and we feel sad about same, and we keep thinking about the same feelings or same occurrences or same incidences repeatedly, and we completely get occupied by that thoughts, and we are losing our touch of the reality. So we feel lonely in that phase. More than lonely, we feel sad, and we are as we are only thinking about those things, we feel lonely. So what are the ways to get rid of this thinking pattern and get rid of this loneliness? We will discuss today. I will like to give you example, like there are many people, especially from low socio-economical status. Have you observed any time they may be sad but they never feel lonely, they are always happy? I have always observed the genuine smiles and genuine happiness in the kids of those who are enjoying in Wasahat or Chawl. It is because they have concerns about their survival. Like if they are getting food on their plate daily, if they are getting clothes to wear, and if they have shelter, they need not to worry about other things, like I am not getting 3 BHK from 2 BHK, or I am not having car, or they are not worrying about those things, that about comfort. They are happy in what they have. So many times this is the feeling which we as a qualified or well educated, being well educated, we expect many more things from us. We differentiate ourselves from them, but though we are rich, though we are well qualified, though we are very honorable persons or authority, what we forget about ourselves is we are a human being at the end of the day. Because we are going to eat same things which other human beings eat. They may be very good in taste as compared to others, but you are going to eat the same things as a human species are eating. You are going to sleep. The schedule and the human being, the things you are going to do as a person does, you are going to do the same thing, but the quality may be different. But what is getting affected is your inner peace or inner self, which is not you are not getting in touch with. So what is the solution? Because suffering is a suffering, because though it may be for a low socio-economical status person or a high economical status person, because both are suffering, their ways of suffering are different. Maybe the poor person may be thinking of some other things and getting upset or getting sad, and the rich person may be thinking of different things, and he may be getting worried or sad because of different things, but the sufferings are same. So what are the things to do to acknowledge these feelings? Are you should become first aware of your feelings and your thoughts. So the first thing is getting aware that your thinking pattern is because of this thinking pattern you are getting affected, and once you recognize the thought pattern, then you can change that thought pattern. So for that I will like to advise this book, because many things given in this book are really enlightening. This is a Flowers on the Path book by Sadhguru. There are also 3 different parts he has made in this book: Everyday Flowers, then Flowers on the Path, and Flowers of the Beyond. So according to that, there are various 2-3 page chapters, and there are always headings which are related to that chapters. I will like to read one chapter, not actual full chapter, but 2-3 paragraphs. Actually it is 2 pages only. I will read for you. Mind the dumping ground. Only if you know to what extent your logic should go and where it should not go, your life will be beautiful. The more people think, the less joyful they are becoming in their lives. It should not be so. Your mind is society's garbage bin. Anybody who walks by you stuffs something in your head and goes. You really have no choice. Whatever comes and hits any of the sense organs, either a vision or a sound or a sensation or a taste or a smell that touches your sense organs, gets stored in the mind. So what you call as mind, the accumulating part of the mind, is subject to the kind of social, religious and cultural situations you are being exposed to. We could make the mind into 3 parts: the discriminatory dimension of the mind, which is called the intellect; the accumulating part that gathers information and awareness, which is called pragya. The very way you think, you feel and understand life is just what kind of garbage you gathered in your head. Some of you have social garbage, religious garbage, spiritual garbage. It doesn't matter, but all this has come from outside. It's of survival significance only. It is not of any significance. Your ability to recycle the garbage is your intellect. Your survival on this planet is possible only because you are able to discriminate between one thing and the other. So your survival is dependent on that. This paragraph I liked a lot. The more intellectual you become, the more you start splitting everything around you, and it doesn't know where to stop. It doesn't allow you to be anything totally. Intellect is a wonderful instrument for survival. At the same time, intellect is a terrible barrier for you to experience the oneness of life. Only if you know to what extent your logic should go, where it should not go, your life will be beautiful. So this is the thing. So what you are thinking, you are becoming aware to that is the first thing to start to change, to get a healthy mindset, so that once you get aware to that, once you acknowledge your thought pattern, your emotions, you will slowly able to change your thought pattern and what you are thinking about. And one more thing I would like to discuss about is today I watched a lecture by Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Actually it's like interview on, I will share the link on YouTube. So in that lecture it's about a charitable company, and they are working on the women who are suffering from honor violence or honor abuse in those areas. So in that related topic, Radhanath Swami Maharaj described a story of legendary woman named Sindhutai Sapkal. You must be knowing, because she is known as a mother of orphan. So many people have undergone many abusive things in their life. They have overcome that feeling. They have all the rights to get in grudge of those person who have abused them, but what they choose was love and compassion and a purpose of their life. So this is the these are the examples we should think about. We should take as a role model or ideal for ourselves when we are going to these kind of thought patterns. It's very difficult in that period to think about such good things. I know there is a vicious cycle going in our mind, which always likes to take us down. But I think you should talk to a person or get in contact with a person or a book or anything which that format which encourages you or motivates you to come above that period or that thinking pattern, because you are a special person, you are a unique person in this whole world. Nobody there is like you. So God must have been created you for a purpose. If you don't believe on God, it's okay, but you as a person, you have a life. So you are meant to do something. You are enjoying life, you are doing everything you like to have fun. It's okay. It's not that if you have a purpose you have to think about that purpose all the time. It's not like that, but you should have a purpose in your life so that you will not feel lonely, or you will not get a feeling of you are not valued outside, because you know your purpose and you will definitely try to achieve that purpose or goal in your life, whatever circumstances may happen with you, whatever situation may happen you. And every day, everything, even I am getting involved when I am making these videos. My purpose in my childhood, whenever somebody used to ask me about what are you going to be, I used to say a social worker. But a social worker in that child's mind was actually going to help poor people. But when I grown up, when I was in 12th, I decided to become a doctor so that I will serve this society. So but now you are known of this situation, how COVID times are doing. So what to think about now? Even I am willing to serve people, but we all have some some responsibilities to do. Like as a mother, I have to stay at home to keep my family safe. So what can I do? So I started thinking about the same, and I started following that thought, and then I come up with this idea of making videos on YouTube, so that at least somebody will get inspired by these videos. And so this is the thing, you have to stick to your purpose, you have to know your purpose, and you will not feel lonely for sure. And whenever you feel lonely, get accompanied by the person, the books, and the motivational videos which inspire you, and slowly the feeling of loneliness will vanish. So in the end, I will like to read this for you. I have found it on a WhatsApp status of Yugatar Prabhuji. गूगल खोजो, याहू खोजो और खोजो बिंज. गूगल खोजो, याहू खोजो और खोजो बिंज. कहत कबीरा सुन भई साधो, you gotta search within. So you gotta search within, and you definitely going to search, at least going to aim for the same. And thank you.